Hey there, this is Teacher Podcast, episode 100, could do versus could have done. My name's Ola and I'm an English teacher. My goal is to help you start speaking English with confidence and get rid of speaking barriers. It's time you started speaking English fearlessly. I've been there. I was unable to speak English for many reasons that now I call a language blockade. Today, I teach people like you how to speak English with confidence. Go to my website for full transcripts and worksheets to each episode. Happy learning! Hello and welcome. I'm overjoyed that you're here. I hope you're too, because now you are doing it. You are doing something for yourself, developing your skills, and that's brilliant. Investing time and energy in yourself. So, modal verbs today. This topic of modal verbs has recently swiped through my classes, so I've come to the conclusion we should discuss them here. Just a little bit of modals. Just one modal verb for today, and it's past form. Don't forget to stay till the end and practice speaking with me. Remember about the worksheet, download it at teacherola.com/100. And now let's dive into today's main topic. Could. I know we all consider could as past form of can, right? And that is correct. Past form of can is most definitely could. Unfortunately, could constitute a separate modal verb. I want you to open your mind and look at the word could as a separate modal verb, separate word. What is more, could has its own past form. What is the past form of could? Well, you guessed it, could have done. Okay, but that's for later. Now let's see how could works in a sentence. What's the meaning of this modal verb? How does it change the meaning of the main verb? Could is useful for us when we describe the present and future. Please stick with me, trust me. I know that, in fact, you know it. I will show you some examples. We can use could to describe possible situations now or in the future. Imagine you want to go by the sea, by the Baltic Sea for holiday this year, and you need accommodation. Obviously, it's close to impossible this year. It might be too late because it's the beginning of July. Luckily, I have an uncle who lives by the sea. I suppose you could stay in his flat. Perhaps you could stay in his flat. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't talked to him about it, but it is possible. Now, you might be thinking, hey, wait a minute, can totally fits the sentence. Well, let's see. You can stay in his flat. You could stay in his flat. The thing is that with can, I am sure you can stay with him. You can stay in his flat. I know it. It's realistic. However, with could, I don't know for sure. I suppose you could, but I haven't talked to my uncle. I don't know whether he likes this idea or not. I suppose it's possible. Perhaps it's possible. I'm not sure. All this is expressed by you could stay in his flat. Next, could carries one more meaning. Imagine you are by the sea, you're on the beach, looking at the sea, breathe in, breathe out. Fresh air, unlike the air in Krakow. Okay, so you are standing right there, right now, close your eyes and really picture this. And you say to yourself, I could stay here forever. Naturally, you can't stay on the beach forever. It's just a figure of speech. Can, in this context, doesn't work because it is something unrealistic. I could eat a horse. I could sleep all week. Unrealistic things. You really don't mean any of this. Could have done. Let's move on to could have done. Could have done is the past form of could. Could have done is the past form of could. You've just come back from holiday. Where were you? By the Polish Sea. Really? Where did you stay? In a hostel? You know my uncle lives by the sea. You could have stayed with him. You could have stayed in his flat. Could plus have plus the third form of the verb. Could have done. But you didn't. You didn't stay in his flat. You stayed in a hostel. It didn't happen. It's important. It was possible. There was a certain possibility in the past. Something was possible in the past, or you had the ability to do something in the past, but that you didn't do it. Some more examples. I could have studied more. I could have bought that dress. It was a bargain. You could have told me. You could have asked me. About pronunciation, native speakers have tendency to pronounce words imprecisely, let's say. Often words get slurred together, especially in everyday speech. Contraction of could have sounds like this. Could have. Could have. I could have done. He could have been. She could have seen. Now, that sounds like could of. Could of. And that is a mistake. It's a common misspelling of the verb phrase could have, which stems from misunderstanding of spoken English. So it's common among native speakers, but don't fall into that trap. Could have does not even exist. It's not a verb. It doesn't exist. Could have, could have, could have. Another thing is that could have done can be used when we want to make a guess about something that happened in the past. We don't know if what we're saying is true or not true. We're just talking about our opinion on what may have happened. Why is he late? He could have caught the wrong tram. He could have forgotten. No, he couldn't have forgotten about me. See, I'm speculating. You cannot use could plus the infinitive to talk about the past. I could take a bus. I could have taken a bus. The difference is humongous. I could take a bus, for example, and that's how I could get to the station now, today, or maybe tomorrow, present or future. However, when speaking about the past, let's use this. I could have taken a bus. I didn't. What a pity. It could have been a better option, more convenient and cheaper than a car. I could have taken a bus yesterday, year ago, in the morning, whatever, in the past. Could have done. Let's take a look at one more meaning here. Listen to this sentence. He couldn't have done more for them. It wasn't possible for him to do anything more. He did his best. He did all he could. He couldn't have done anything more, even though he wanted to do more, to help more, but it was impossible. Time to practice. Say the sentences out loud. Exercise your face muscles, mouth and tongue. Get used to your own voice, which sounds so odd in a foreign language. Okay, let's begin. Listen and repeat. You could stay in this flat. You could stay in this flat. You could go by the sea. You could go by the sea. We could stop arguing. We could stop arguing. We could ask for directions. We could ask for directions. I could eat a horse. I could eat a horse. I could sleep for a week. I could sleep for a week. I could stay here forever. I could stay here forever. You could have stayed in his flat. You could have stayed in his flat. I could have studied more. I could have studied more. I could have bought that dress. It was a bargain. I could have bought that dress. It was a bargain. You could have told me. You could have told me. You could have asked me. You could have asked me. He could have caught the wrong tram. He could have caught the wrong tram. He could have forgotten. He could have forgotten. He couldn't have done more for them. He couldn't have done more for them. Bravo! Thank you so much for doing this with me. Now go to your inbox and grab the worksheet. That's your homework. If you're not a member, download the worksheet at teacherola.com/100 and become a member. It's free. Every Wednesday you will receive a brand new worksheet along with the episode and a love letter from me. Thank you for listening, and please share this episode with just one person, your friend, your family member. Let's spread the message no matter what. You can start speaking English fearlessly. There's zero doubt about it. I'll see you next Wednesday here, same time, same place. We're going to talk about stress. Happy learning, take care, stay fearless, and say it out loud. Bye.